Welcome to Haltech Training Part 33. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at our math and scatter plot function. We're going to have a lot to learn, so let's get started. Okay, so let's jump into this video and talk about our math and scatter plot functions we're going to be working with in our data viewer software. So when we're looking through our data, we might want to compare a couple different channels, and we found with the overlay method we can compare two different runs or two different setups or whatever we want to look at in the overlay. But if we're in the same data log and we want to look at something and we don't have it available to us, and we know we mathematically could figure it out, let's say we want to look at our differential fuel pressure, and we're logging fuel pressure and we're logging our map sensor, well, we can very easily figure out what that's going to be. It's just going to be our fuel pressure minus our map sensor reading. So we can easily put equation into our data viewer software so we can spit out a mathematically calculated channel, and it's going to then be able to be plotted in our trace view. So I'm going to be walking you through how to do that. There's going to be pretty much endless flexibility in this kind of math channel functionality, and it's pretty straightforward to work with. Now, the other thing we're going to be taking a look at is our scatter plot view. So if we're looking at a large data log, maybe a 20 or 30-minute data log, and we're trying to evaluate maybe how the driver was performing on track, if we're trying to figure out what kind of RPM he was running the engine at, or how much throttle angle at a given boost, or how much air fuel or the range of air fuel at a given boost, and we don't want to look at it in the trace view, we have this scatter plot that's going to allow us to kind of get a trend or an average of all the data. It's going to be very useful for, again, looking at a long data log. So I'm going to be showing you a couple of different examples of how we can use a scatter plot to evaluate a long data log. So without further wait, let's jump in so we can check this out. Okay, so let's get started here. We're going to be taking a look at working with our math function and our scatter plot feature in our data log viewer. So we're going to be finding these are going to be useful for doing further data analysis above and beyond what we've looked at so far using the software. So the first thing we're going to do is open up a data log. Now I have a nice long track log we're going to be taking a look at here. I believe it's about 5 minutes long. Some logs you're going to be finding are much longer, but this is going to be the longest one that we have looked at so far. So now we can see that the log has populated in here, and we'll be looking at a couple different channels here that we have available. This was an onboard data log, so you can see that there is much less channels that we actually logged compared to something like a PC log where we might have 100 or 150 channels, depending on how many things we have in our pages here and depending on when we're in the logger, the PC logger, and having it checked of use page layouts that we talked about in the previous videos. So looking at this, I have a limited number of channels here to work with. Now, I probably would have expanded the number of channels, but this was a log supplied from a client who was at the racetrack with his time attack car, and he configured these particular channels, so I was left to work with what I had here and looking at his data to help him out with a problem at the track. So the first thing, let's just pop our engine RPM on here, let's double click it and bring it into our trace view. Now what we're going to be noticing is this is, again, spanning approximately 4.5 minutes of a log. Thanks for checking out our teaser clip. If you want to see the rest of this video and more than 500 hours of current EFI training we have to offer, make sure you click right here. If you want to go and check out more teaser clips from this training course, click here, and you don't want to miss any of the videos we're going to be releasing on this channel, so make sure you subscribe and click here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.